Stop. Don't go anywhere too fast. It's time to listen to a Head Over the Footy podcast.
Hello everyone, it is episode 16 of Head Over the Footy, and thanks for tuning in. If you didn't watch the round 8 review, go back and watch that. We spoke about a number of things. We spoke about Richmond and the umpiring they're receiving and some fascinating stats which the man right next to me revealed. Charlie Gill, welcome to the show while we're at it.
Thanks, Max. Good to be here.
Pleasure to have your company. We also spoke about, what did we speak about in that show? We spoke about Beveridge.
We did speak about Luke Beveridge. We really went into where he sits in terms of the fate of his career, and exactly who was responsible for the Dogs' recent losses. I am more of a Beveridge defender, but it's undeniable that the players aren't really buying into him at the moment.
Well, let's not give away too much. Everyone can go back and watch that. So go back and tune into it. Mm-hmm. But now we're here to review a little bit of a big round 9 coming up. When I say big, I'll prove that now. Let's try and prove it. We got starting off Thursday night, and what we do in these episodes, we go through the top 3 stories from the round or coming up. Top 3 stories to watch. So I reckon this one on Thursday night is a huge contender. Mm-hmm. It's Carlton taking on Melbourne at the MCG. I'm tipping Melbourne to win this one. Is that going to be 3 losses in a row for Carlton if they lose to Melbourne?
Well, I'm trying to formulate an opinion on this. I'm kind of distracted by constantly trying to change my eye contact from the camera and smiling and looking at you, as I know polished media performers do, and I'm trying to do that at the moment.
Well, it's not 3 losses in a row. They lost to Geelong, Carlton, and then they lost to Collingwood. So, sorry, it will be 3 losses in a row if you guys lose to Melbourne this Thursday night.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I'm going to tip Melbourne, and I am a pessimist, which is what years of supporting Carlton has done to me. But I don't know. We always have close games with them. We beat them twice in really tight affairs in round 21 or 22 last year, and then, of course, in that famous semi-final, which was the greatest moment I've had as a football supporter.
That was a good win.
Goals aren't often scored in these games. I just saw a stat which was like, in the past 3 games we've played, there's been about 27 goals kicked by Melbourne and 25 by Carlton or something like that. Interesting if that's the case, that we've won 2 of those games. But I don't know, just they're such a strong defensive unit, and we usually are, but with some of our cattle out, I feel like, I don't know. Yeah. I wouldn't be buying stocks in us for this game, pun intended.
Fair enough. Well, I reckon the following night is another cracking game. There's 2 Friday night games this week. The first one will be Geelong taking on Port Adelaide at GMHBA Stadium. There's only 5% tipping for Port Adelaide to win this. Now, Port Adelaide just lost a showdown. That is probably no bigger defeat than they can cop all season. You don't want to lose to your local rivals, and there are better teams than Adelaide, and they lost to Adelaide, who are struggling, and Adelaide have kept their season alive by getting that win. And Rosie played with a hamstring, and that was an interesting situation. Awful. But this one is another interesting game. The other one on Friday night, Charlie, is Fremantle taking on Sydney. This one's at Optus Stadium. Wow, what 3 cracking games to start the round?
Yeah. I think that this one is going to be really good, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if Fremantle win. They're clearly in form. They've just come off a nice away victory, which I feel like, it's a really nice sort of lead into a game at home against some great opposition. And meanwhile, Sydney have just won their derby. And, just going off sort of the vibes, I feel like it could be a Fremantle win here at home. I might tip it. Then I'm going to tip it.
Yeah, well, fair enough. You're going to tip it? I reckon I'm going to go for the Swans for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it'll be... You're sounding confident about Freo. I think it'll be very close.
Well...
You're sounding like a 2-goal win plus. 2+ goal win.
Well, don't put the margin in my mouth, Hatzo, because I didn't say anything to do with the margin.
Well, I'm going off tone.
Okay, well, fair enough.
But anyway.
No, I think not to pat myself on the back, but after... Well, not that I haven't made a habit of that on this podcast, but
With all the abuse we cop, we got to pump ourselves up when we get tips right, so people can give us a bit of credit.
That's true, and you did do that when you tipped the Richmond win over Sydney. That was
Yeah,
unavoidable. Your victory lap after that. But what I will say is, after Fremantle lost to Carlton in those circumstances, I did predict that they were going to be, really sapped from that, sort of their morale, and that they would probably lose a close one to Port Adelaide, which they did over in Adelaide. But I feel like that was sort of just a reaction to the, just general disenchantment they would have felt after losing that game to Carlton. And actually, they are a good side, and they should have beaten Carlton. And yeah, I think they're good, and I think that they could. I think they're going to beat Sydney.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll see what happens. St Kilda Hawthorn. This one's in Tasmania. Hawthorn's hosting this one. That'll be good. Essendon hosting GWS at Marvel. Another interesting game. I think these games are all 50-50s. Then Richmond hosting the Bulldogs at the Chi. Another good game. This is going to be a good round. Then you've got Gold Coast travelling to Northern Territory, which is a place that they like to call a second home, the Gold Coast, and they'll face North Melbourne. And I fancy North Melbourne winning this game.
Are you going to tip them?
Well, that's what I need to do, but at the moment I'm sticking with the Suns. But
put your money where your mouse is, because it's hovering over that
yeah.
thing.
Well, I'm surprised we don't like to get into our odds too much, because we like to stay away from gambling, because it's such a not a great thing for
Not
society.
to pat myself on the back again, but put your money where your mouse is.
That
was quite cool.
All right, fine. I'm doing it. I'm tipping North Melbourne. And
very good.
What else? What else should I put? What else should I do here if North wins? What will you do if? Are you tipping Gold Coast?
Yeah.
What will you do if Gold Coast lose? Because I'm tipping North, and I reckon they'll win. Now, if they win, what are you going to do? Because you've convinced me to change my tip to North.
Right,
so now, if Gold Coast lose, you have to do something as punishment.
I'll learn the Gold Coast theme song on piano.
No, that doesn't work. You're going to have to sing the Gold Coast theme song next week with gusto.
If North win. Sure, I'd love to do that.
No, if Gold Coast... Yeah, if North win.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Alright, fine.
We are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We are the team of the red, gold and blue.
You're doing it now already.
We are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We play to win the flag for you. Fight, fight, fight till we hold up the cup. Run, run, run all the way. Hey, we are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We're the team that'll never say die.
I can't believe you know the words.
I think that was mostly right.
That is incredible. Hey, well done.
What are you going to do now?
Well done.
Yeah. What are you going to do now?
I don't know. If North don't win, I'll go to... Well, I don't even know. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
All right. Collingwood, West Coast. Collingwood should win that. Adelaide, Brisbane. That'll be a good one at Adelaide Oval. All right. Top 3 games from the round, Charlie. What do you think?
Top 3 games of the round. Carlton, Melbourne, Sydney, Freo, and scroll down for me. GWS, Essendon.
There you go, guys. Well, that's wrapping up the show for us. Just to give my top 3 games to watch this week, I'm going to go with the Melbourne-Carlton game. Then I think the Port Adelaide-Geelong game will be good. I think Port will be in for a big response after going down in the showdown. Everyone will be tipping Geelong in this one, but I think Port will put up a good fight. And then I think the next best game after that is going to be the mighty Suns and North Melbourne up in the Territory.
You know what? Those Territory games are always fun to watch. So,
they are.
Yeah.
It's a good atmosphere up there. I covered the game there last year.
Yeah. I'd love to have
I don't want to pump
gone.
myself too much up, but I was there.
I've said that a lot.
Because we've been copping abuse.
Yeah.
I'm willing to let the listeners know that I have been around to a couple of these games. So,
Yeah.
there we go. All right. That wraps us up. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to do all the stuff on social media. Give us a follow. Instagram, Facebook, and we're also on TikTok. And head on to YouTube. Give us a nice subscribe because it really helps us continue what we're doing. So hope you enjoyed the show. Charlie, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks for contributing as well, not just listening. Beautiful. Have a good week, everyone. Enjoy round 9.